All right, so here we are with the bride and groom to be, Tara and Michael. And we want to know first off what you guys are feeling. Are you excited, nervous, all of the above, or just
excited?
Very tired.
Very tired.
Very tired.
So what are the honeymoon plans after tomorrow's all said and done?
Who's watching this video?
We don't want details. I meant like, where are you going? There's a great blooper. TMI. Too much information.
Do not edit that out.
We're going to Tunica.
All right, there you go. All right. Tell us about your wedding party. Tell us about your bridesmaids first, and then we'll get to the groomsmen later.
Brooke is my cousin.
Me walking him back.
And then we have Mackenzie, who is, I guess, officially will be my stepdaughter tomorrow.
Thank you.
And then Whitney, who has been a friend for 20 plus years. And then Abby, who is my soon-to-be niece.
I thought about coloring mine up.
4 bridesmaids. And what about the gentleman in the group?
Best man's my brother.
It was all kinds of
One groomsman is a longtime friend, husband of one of the bridesmaids, and they are responsible for this tragedy.
Yes, they're the ones who got us together.
All right, we'll do that in your love story.
I have a soon-to-be nephew-in-law,
Yes.
Oh yeah,
and then another good longtime friend.
When I get a haircut, I'll get
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so some fun predictions for tomorrow.
Color though. Mine are dark.
About all the wedding party and all the family members, who do you think's going to cry first?
My mom.
Her
Mom of the bride. All right. Let's see. What about you guys' plans for the future? You think you'll stay around here local, or do you eventually?
We're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
not
be
going to
here.
move on. All right. Here's a fun one. All right. Michael stops off from work one day. You call him, honey, I need a bag of chips and some sodas or whatever. Favorite beverage. He stops off at the Quick Stop, buys a lottery ticket just on a whim. Check it a few days later, and y'all just won $500 million. What would be the first thing you would want to do with all that money?
Buy land.
Buy land.
Buy land. Where would that land be?
Around here.
Around here. Still all in Missouri.
Yep.
That's the only thing that would change.
Well, with all that money, though, you can buy an island somewhere in the Caribbean.
Buy some property and go back to work.
There you go. And hide from all the nutcases in the world. All right. All right. So when I edit this, finally, the best wishes, things you want to say to all the people that come out to support you guys. What do you want them to know how much you appreciate it?
Well, we're finally here after 10 years. So, yeah. Thanks for coming and enjoying. Hope you enjoyed this day with us. I don't know. I'm bad. I don't know.
Thanks. Hope you enjoyed it.
All right, so you don't know who's going to watch this 5, 10, 20 years from now. So tell us first who you are and how you know the bride and groom.
My name is Thomas Roslin, and I'm the bride, Tara Roslin's brother.
Oh, some inside stories to come. And you, young lady, are?
I'm Erin. I am Thomas's girlfriend.
Oh, okay. All right, so tell us about the first time you learned about Tara and Michael being a thing.
Well, it was over a decade ago. So I was drunk is when I found out, so I don't remember.
All right. Is there a point in time when you guys kind of knew things were getting serious between you?
I knew things were getting serious when they told me that things were getting serious.
No, that makes sense. All right. Predictions for tomorrow. Between the two of them, when she's got that beautiful white dress walking down the aisle, he turns around and looks at her. Between the two of them, which one of them will tear up first, if at all?
Tara's very emotional. It doesn't always mean tears. If I had to guess, I'd say Tara. Could be anything. Anything could happen.
Okay. All right. Predictions for how many, will they have any more children together? And if so, how many?
17 boys, 24 girls, and that'll kind of be what they become famous for. That they break a world record.
They get a show.
They get a show.
TLC.
I was going to say, there's I sense a TV show coming on
Yeah, it's
that.
going to be Mike and Tara plus 38, and that's going to be their new hit show. It'll go on for 7 seasons, and by that point, the youngest will be significantly older, won't be cute enough to market anymore, so the show will be canceled.
I'm just going to throw in a disclaimer right now. The videographer is not responsible for if she strangles you for what she watches. All right. Serious stuff. What do you hope they accomplish in life? What do you want to say as far as best wishes to you?
I hope when all is said and done, that they're happy. And I think the most important thing, no matter what they do, no matter what anyone does, is that they don't regret anything. And what I want the most for them is to just live a life where they feel as happy as they can possibly be. And I think that life is with each other.
So this should be a pretty interesting interview. We're here with the couple that introduced the bride and groom to each other. So first, we don't know who's going to watch this many years. So tell us your names and how you know Tara and Michael.
I'm Whitney Stidham, and I worked with Tara at JCPenney in high school.
And I'm Jeremy Stidham, and I met Weathers at Duckett when we started working together when I was 25, 26.
So you guys have known them for a long, long time. We want to hear the story about how you introduced them to one another and where that kind of led from there. I'll ask some more questions.
So how long have we been together?
Like 3 years, 2 years.
We've been together for a couple of years, and at that point, we were young and we partied and drank and ran around, and it was crazy. And Weathers was single and I'd known him, and we worked together. We started working the same shift together and started getting to know each other. And we would go out, and he would go out drinking with us and partying. And you knew Tara.
Yeah, Tara, same thing, like kind of just intermingled, and then Weathers, Tara was always there, and then Weathers would go out with us, and they met, but we didn't actually know that they met.
And
so
I decided that it would you got to be polite, right? You don't want to tell too much of the story, and you don't want to maybe over tell, but I thought that I was getting one over on Mike Weathers and introducing to him his next at least 6-month headache. So when we'd go to work, I could make fun of him and say, "Ha ha, sucker,"
And I also told both of them separately that the other was crazy.
Yeah, and neither one of them should
Because
have
they both were,
anything
yeah.
to do with each other because they were both individually very wild.
But
There was, like maybe, timing in a person's life does matter, but probably more so is actually finding that yin and yang, the balance of the insanity of one person and the good of the other that keeps them calm, and it kind of worked. And it's almost like if you took, sometimes it takes fire to put out fire. It's probably what happened.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning it was a little bit of chaos, but it seemed to be always good.
Yeah, they've always gotten along amazingly.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a cute story.
Yeah.
So when did you guys first get the hint that maybe it was really getting serious and a wedding might be being planned?
I don't know that. I don't know. We kind of knew that it would be a long-term thing, but didn't really expect a wedding.
Yes.
Kind of.
Because I guess at least at this time in everybody's life, for me and her and them, everybody, even though everybody was together, was completely against the idea of becoming married because most of us had already been in extremely damaged relationships before. So trust took a long time to build for us. But you could see that as time went on, it was almost the marriage ceremony is the celebration of that actual love that was born. It's not necessarily. Sometimes you can get the cart before, you can get it out of order. But this is how I think you should do it. Because when you do it, it's 10 years or however many years of built up I love yous to that.
Yep.
Instead
Best
of
friends.
just-
I love that.
yeah, instead of just the boom and then everything fizzles out, But I don't know, maybe after about 2 years of it, you could kind of tell that they were in. for
Yeah,
the
I mean, they
long
were
haul.
like together, but like when I found out he was going to propose, I was kind of shocked, honestly, because I didn't ever think he would.
Yeah.
That's a cute story. All right, let's have some fun. So predictions for tomorrow. When she's walking down the aisle in that pretty white dress and he turns around and look between the two of them, when they look at one another, who do you think might tear up first?
I don't know.
I think that it would be one of those.
Touch up, haircut.
I don't think one would want to give the other the aha.
They're going to be fighting back the tears.
Yes, you might see a lot of almost,
Yeah.
but between them two, they'll probably hold it together.
Okay. Predictions for what do you think they'll stay around here or eventually maybe try somewhere different?
They'll stay here.
Yeah, they're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
That seems to be the consensus. They're pretty content right here.
Yeah.
What about the lottery question of it? Let's say they won the lottery, the Mega Millions. They've got $500 million in the bank. What wild and crazy thing would they want to buy? What would be their first just crazy investment, I guess?
A lot of hunting land. A lot of land. It would be an extreme amount of land. I could probably guess.
And then the rest would stay in the bank so he could brag about it.
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe repay a little bit of the matchmaking debt. A couple of million here and there wouldn't hurt.
So very generous, very generous. He'll to a point, but yeah, he'll share the wealth.
It's fun to dream anyway. All right. Married life comes with challenges. Now, they've been together a long time, but they're making it official tomorrow and tying the knot. Finances, kids growing up, things. Sometimes they just don't see eye to eye, and sometimes they might want to see each other at all. So when those times might come, what's some advice you guys might remind them of to keep things fresh and fun and calm down the troubled waters?
I don't know, because they really get along so, genuinely get along really well.
You gotta give each other room to grow.
Yeah.
If you can give each other room to grow and respect that space, and you do the same, you can literally get through anything. And they're both very dedicated people to what they set their goals to. So I don't think that, as long as they know that their goal is each other, they'll never have a problem. Never.
Excellent advice. And they've been together a long time, so I'm sure they've had a few disagreements in those years.
Yeah.
So they kind of know how to work it out.
Yeah.
All right, finally the sentimental stuff. What do you want to say to your besties and hope they accomplish in life 5, 10, 50 years from now?
I hope you have fun,
Yeah.
and a lot of it.
Enjoy each other.
Yeah, I mean, everything else is going to be what it's going to be. But as long as you're having fun along the way, it really doesn't matter,
Yeah.
Just have fun.
All right, so we're doing a video of the brother of the soon-to-be groom, and we want to hear some stories. First off, what are you feeling? What's your predictions for tomorrow? Are you happy? Are you nervous?
It's about time.
About time so they've been together a long time.
Dating about 11 years.
11 sweethearts for a long time. Tell us about the first time you kind of got the hint that they were really getting serious and maybe planning a wedding.
I don't. But they was actually going to get. I figured they'd stay together a long time. I didn't know if they'd ever get married.
Didn't know it was ever going to happen. Okay.
That's a
All
long
right.
time.
Yeah, long time. All right, predictions for tomorrow. Between the two of them, when she walks down the aisle and he turns around and sees her, which one do you think will tear up first, if at all?
If either one of them did, it'd probably Tara.
Tara. That seems to be the prediction amongst everyone so far. All right. let's say Michael stops off for after work one day. Tara calls and says, I need you to pick up a 6-pack of soda or whatever. And he goes to the quick stop and buys a lottery ticket. Don't think anything about it. 3 weeks later, they check it and they've just won $500 million. What do you think they would do with all that money? Where would they settle down and all that fun stuff?
I think they'd stay around southeast Missouri, buy a big piece of land. He'd probably still build a shop. They'd build a big house, and that's what they'd do. They'd probably go on trips and stuff. I guess maybe. Mike ain't much of a traveler.
Maybe share a little bit with the family too. You know,
Maybe.
a few million here and there.
Maybe.
Well, we can hope. Always hope. It's fun to dream anyway. All right. If they have any more children, how many do you predict they might have?
They ain't having no more kids.
No more kids as
I
a
don't
prediction.
think so, no.
Okay.
He's 40.
They're all fixed. All right. All right. Let's see. I'll edit this. What other fun question? What do you predict their kids' careers might be?
Mackenzie may go into medical. I can see Michael maybe working with his dad for a little bit. I don't know what he'll end up doing. He's only 8, so I mean, it's hard to tell.
Wide open for him. That's cool.
I would assume.
Awesome careers. There you go. All right. Finally, the sentimental stuff. What do you want to say to them? Wish for their happiness. What do you hope they accomplish in life?
Long marriage. More good times than bad. Get through the bad as quick and easy as you can. Patience and understanding.
So here we are with Mom and Grandma of the bride. So the first question we have is, what are you guys feeling in anticipation for tomorrow?
Nervous a little, but excited, happy. Yeah, very happy.
So we want to hear the story about the first time you met Michael. I want to hear all the juicy, fun story.
I vaguely remember that, but so long ago. I mean, they come to the house for something. I don't remember what it was though. I can't remember if I met Mackenzie the same day too, I think. I tell you, that's been a long time ago.
They've been together 11 years dating,
A
so
little over 10.
wow,
Yeah,
that's a
because
long,
about 10 and a half, something like that.
long time. This has been a long time coming. Then, all
Yeah,
right.
they've been close to 11 years.
When did you first learn about there was a wedding being planned?
Mike approached me first. Because it was funny, I needed a tree cut down in my backyard. And he said, well, I'll come and do it. And then when Terry went around, he said, I got to talk to you. He said, it's important, it's serious. And I went, I know what it's going to do. He's going to ask her to marry him. And that's what he did. Because I went out there when I got home from work, and he was like, you know, him hauling around and stuff. And he said, do you know what I want to talk to you about? And I said, I think so. I said, I'm pretty sure. And he said, I'm going to propose. I said, I knew it.
Well, that's sweet. So he came and asked for permission.
And he showed me the ring and stuff, you know. And so he was excited, and I was excited. I told the girls at work, even before he even told me what it was, I was like all excited. I was like, I know it's really stupid. I'm excited.
Well, that's precious. I love that. All right. Speaking of marriage, there are times when things are perfect, and then there are times when they just might not want to see each other at all. For when those moments come, what would you ladies give as far as some advice for those two?
Life is too short to fight. Talk it out. Yeah, don't go to bed mad.
What's some other advice Grandma might share? What's some other advice that Grandma might share for them?
Me too, first time. But then my second marriage, you know, lasted.
Wow. Me. Probably she's her
Like I said, before you blow up at all, we need to talk. Just watch what we say, what we do. We need to talk it out.
Take a deep breath, breathe.
That's excellent advice. Watch your words. I love that. Beautiful. All right. Here's some fun predictions. If they have any children added to the group, how many? And boy, girl, what's your prediction if they have any kids at all?
Well, they're not going to have any more. They've done told me no more kids, which is disappointing because I at least want one more. I mean, who wouldn't want another Michael? Or a girl version of Michael would be great, but that's not going to happen.
You think they're done. Okay. All right. Some other fun predictions. Let's say this is a fun thing to at least dream about. Tara calls Michael up at work one day and says, "Honey, can you pick up some snacks and stuff on the way home from work?" He does, and just on a whim decides to buy a lottery ticket. Doesn't think about it. Check the lottery ticket 2 days later, and they've just won $500 million. They've just hit. What do you think what would they splurge on first? I know they want to buy land. That's kind of their dream. But what would be one of the wild and crazy things they would splurge on? That much money, would they buy like a private jet,
Michael might want to build a bunker.
Okay, doomsday prepper type bunker. That's my dream too. That's all right.
That's up his alley. Or he would probably love to do a shooting range.
Oh.
Because he likes to shoot. He's teaching Michael how to be gun safety.
Yeah.
And be able to go hunting with him. So he likes to hunt.
There you go.
He probably want to buy a hunting property.
There you go. I was going to say, just buy a bunch of hunting property and lease it out. That's
but he
fun.
doesn't do it for sport. He does it for the meat.
Yep. All right. Finally, the sentimental stuff. What do you want to say to them as far as what they accomplish in life? What are your dreams for them? Any final advice and words?
Just to be happy and healthy.
All right, so here we are the day before the wedding, and you don't know who's going to watch this many years from now. So first, tell us who you are and how you know the bride and groom.
I'll go first. My name's Abby. I am Mikey's niece. And then this is Austin. We've been dating for a very long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, going on 5 years.
Past 5 years.
Yeah.
Almost
Wow.
5.5.
Yeah.
So how do you guys know the bride and groom as far as planning for their wedding? When did you first learn about this day coming?
Almost a year ago, Tara and Mikey came up toward our house. We went out to eat, and they gave us a gift that asked me to be a bridesmaid, and then Mikey asked us the same night.
So you guys had a little chance to rehearse for the big
Yes.
wedding day tomorrow.
We had a long
Perfect.
time.
All right, so let's have some fun. Predictions for tomorrow between the two of them when she walks down the aisle and he turns around and sees her coming towards him. Between Tara and Michael, who do you predict might tear up first?
Tara's mom. I'm just kidding. It'll be Tara. I don't think it'll be Mikey. He's too tough for that.
I think Tara might have some emotion, though.
Yes.
Michael seems like a teddy bear, though. He's tough on the outside.
You maybe.
When it
He's
comes
stout.
down to it, it might. Right before it all happens, maybe.
I think it'll be Tara.
It will be.
All right. Do you think they'll have any more children?
Nah,
That seems to be
I don't
the...
see it happening.
Yeah. Michael says he's done at 40.
He says that, but he said it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And they had another one, but I don't think so.
It can happen. You never know. All right? We've asked this many times, but it's fun to dream about. Let's say Tara calls up Michael one day at work. Says, "Honey, can you stop off at the Quick Stop and pick up some snacks for the kids?" And Michael, just on a whim, buys a lottery ticket. They don't think about it. Check it a week later, and my gosh, they've just won $500 million or whatever the mega jackpot is. What do you think the first thing would be that they would just absolutely splurge on and buy?
A house.
Buy a fancy house,
Yes,
okay?
They want. They want a house so bad, a big house.
Invested into retiring, probably.
That's what Mikey would think. But Tara wants a house.
Well, that much money, you could have both. I think
Yes.
they'd be pretty well
Yes.
set at $500 million. Maybe even share some with the family. I don't know.
Hopefully. I need to pay my car off.
There you go. All right. What about some advice for them? They've been together forever. But what about some advice for when maybe they don't see eye to eye, maybe they don't want to see each other at all, maybe they just, maybe having a bad day? What's some advice you might tell them?
It's been long enough. Get over it. Too many years down the drain. Get over it.
Oh, too many years down the drain. All right, that's a unique,
Waste all that time.
unique way of phrasing it. All right. Okay, finally the sentimental stuff. What do you want to say to them as far as best wishes, hopes, dreams that they accomplish, things that you want to say to them?
I hope that Mikey's company keeps doing well and stays doing well, maybe even better.
Yeah.
I hope that they get a house that they love.
Hopefully it does so well that he doesn't have to work as much as he does.
Yeah. And they have our endless support forever. We love them so much.
Okay, so here we are with Mackenzie, and we want to know first off, because you don't know who's going to watch this video, so tell us how you know the bride and groom.
Well, I've known my dad my whole life. I met Tara when I was about 7. I met her one night, and then she was just kind of there. But she's been there ever since. And she's made a pretty great mom.
So what's it feel like? You guys have been together forever. You've seen her, 10 years almost together. What's it feel like to see the wedding day actually come tomorrow?
It's kind of emotional for me. There's some times when we didn't get along very well. But we always got past it. And it's been pretty good. I'm very excited to see them get married.
That's sweet. All right, some fun stuff. Predictions for tomorrow. When they see each other, between the two of them, if they tear up, who do you think might cry first?
I'm definitely going to say it's probably going to be Tara.
That seems to be the agreement amongst it. Some say they're not going to cry, but most say Tara might tear up a little bit. All right. If they were to win the lottery, do you think they'd stay around here or maybe move off or just buy a bunch of land all over the world?
Well, from what I've heard, my dad wants a whole bunch of land with a really big shop and a big house. So I think that they'd buy a house and build a shop.
Just hide from the world on their big compound
Out
or
in the
whatever.
country.
There
A few
you go.
neighbors.
There you go. What about any advice you might give them? Maybe when they might have a spat here and there, maybe don't agree with one another. What's some advice you might give them?
I'd say always remember that it is you against the situation, not you against each other.
Excellent advice. Very mature advice, young lady. All right, finally, the sentimental stuff. What do you want to say to them as far as best wishes, the sentimental stuff, especially to Dad? And what do you hope they accomplish together 5, 10, 50 years from now?
I love my dad very much. Tara's been a really great mom to me. And I know they'll be together forever. So I have my best wishes to them.
So here we are with Mom of the Bride and T-minus just a few hours. What's it feel like to see? I mean, this is now the countdown now. The rocket's on the launch pad, ready to go.
It's nerve-wracking because I don't want to break down and bawl like a big baby. Especially when I see him walking down, it's going to go, oh no.
All right, so I never did ask, is this the only child or?
No, my son, this from Denver.
Okay.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
him and
I
his
guess I could have.
fiance. But
Okay.
the way they'll probably just get married up there and in the courthouse or something. So I don't know how that's going to work, if we'll get to be there or not.
So this is the first child to see her get officially married.
Oh, I know.
So
It's great.
what do you hope they accomplish in life? And I guess, when all's said and done, 5, 10, 20, 50 years from now.
I hope they accomplish everything they want. A home, stability, happiness, good health. That's the major things, you know.
You gave some good advice yesterday. I liked that interview a lot.
I think they've got the backbone to do it, the structure. They've been together 10 years, and if he could put up with her for 10 years, he could survive another 40.
All right, now when the grandkids watch this, and the kids get older and stuff and watch this and reflect back, we're going to get mom and dad in trouble, especially mom. So, was Tara a studious girl growing up? Tell us some stories about how she was as a younger girl. Then those high school years. I'm going to get her in trouble. I want some inside story.
She was a good little kid. I mean, she was really good. And then she had them terrible twos. No. And they lasted until about 5 years old. No, wait, she ain't outgrew them yet. No, I'm just kidding. No, she's been. My bad. She's been a good kid. Really. I ain't really had a whole lot of trouble with her or my son. Seriously.
Now, was she more of a tomboy growing up, or more a Barbie doll?
No, she was a Barbie doll.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were some of her favorite things to do growing up, like in high school days? Was she in band?
She was in cheerleading.
Cheerleading, okay.
Yeah, she liked cheerleading. She did volleyball. She loved volleyball. And she was good at both of them, you know. But she was really good at volleyball. And she was a good student. So, you know, no complaints there.
Now she's teaching and doing a lot of work for the kids.
Yeah.
That's awesome to see.
She's working with kids that she actually went to school to work with, autistic kids. So I'm proud about that.
That is.
Yeah, because that's a hard job.
Very hard.
And
well, let's have some fun predictions for what do you think the kids and the grandkids' careers will be?
Well, Tara's working with kids like she's always wanted to do, so that's hers. Mike's doing what his thing is. And Michael, I think he'd be a good zoologist because he loves animals.
Maybe a veterinarian or something.
Yeah, or a veterinarian. He'd be great at either one.
That'd be cool. All right, so here we are on wedding day for Tara and Michael, and you don't know who's going to watch this video many years from now, so tell us your name and how you know the bride and groom.
Well, my name is Brooke Daniel, and I know the bride because we're cousins. So we grew up together, did all the family functions together, and then when we got out of high school, we hung out a lot, you know, until we started our own families and we still keep in touch all the time.
So many years.
Yes.
Knowing and
we know the good and the bad and the ugly.
You got all the secrets,
yes.
All right? So tell us about the first time you found out about Michael.
Well, the first time I found out about Michael, I was talking to Tara. I was like, you know, have you met anybody? And she mentioned him. She's like, I'm not sure. We're just kind of taking it slow. And then one day she just come out and said, well, we're a couple now. Never in my life did I think she would ever get married. So this is definitely a big step for her.
A long time coming, I hear.
Yes.
So, all right, let's have some fun predictions for today. When she puts on that pretty white dress here in a few hours, she's walking down the aisle towards Michael. Michael looks back at her. They see each other for the first time, all dolled up and pretty. If they cry, which one will cry first?
I think Mike will probably cry first.
It might tear up and have some emotion. Yeah.
Yes, the Hopper blood runs thick, so we're not emotional that often. But you never know.
Never know. Okay. If they were to win the lottery, let's say Tara calls Michael up at work. Honey, can you pick up some snacks? And he stops off at a Quick Stop, buys a lottery ticket just for fun. Check a few days later, they've won $500 million, which is nice to dream about.
Yeah.
What would they do with all that money, and where would they settle down, if at all?
Well, I think that Tara would open up her own, like, catering, event center. I think they would capitalize on their winnings by, you know, making some changes, like doing stuff that they love. Still make money at it. Yeah. Mike, he may open up this big business of diesel mechanic and off-road mechanic stuff. Probably, maybe not around the world because I know he doesn't like to travel that far. But you never know.
Never know with that much money. You
Yes.
just buy a private jet and tour the world.
Uh-huh.
Be a dream to have.
Yes.
All right. Any more children? Do you think they'll have any more children?
No.
Okay.
I think that's a done
think they're
deal.
done deal and
Yeah.
finished with that.
They're gonna have
Okay.
grandchildren, so they'll get to cherish that.
So it's a fun prediction. How many grandchildren do you just predict? Ballpark. We'll watch 20
2.
years from now and see if it happens. 2.
I only say 2.
2 grandchildren.
Yeah.
All right. Predictions for the kiddos. What do you think their careers might be once they grow up?
I'm not really sure about Michael, just because he's so young and there's all kinds of stuff to get into.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure about Mackenzie either. I'm not sure. Maybe daycare.
Okay. Predictions for funny moments during the reception. Who do you think will do the most fun speech or the most entertaining speech? And what about the dance floor? Who's going to be the craziest at the party?
Definitely Clinton. Clinton will be the biggest speech, depending on how much he drinks. It could go on and on and on, and you're going to have to stop him. Now, as far as the funniest, it could be some of the attendees. I know my husband, when he drinks enough, he just gets down.
You get cutting the rug on the dance floor. All right.
Oh, yeah. But then again, Clinton may be that one too. We shall see.
We shall see. All right. Finally, let's do some advice first. Married life comes with challenges. They've been together a long time, but once you make it official, there's finances, there's kids, there's where are we going on vacation, and sometimes they may not see eye to eye. Sometimes they just don't want to see each other at all. So when those times come, and they will, what's some advice the cousin might give to...
Never go to bed mad. Always settle your differences before you go to sleep. Because sleep, you can dream of stuff that never even happened. And always talk to each other completely about the entire situation, regardless of how you think one's going to feel about your thoughts. You have to come to a compromise. Compromise is the biggest obstacle that couples face.
Excellent advice. Love that. Okay, finally, the sentimental stuff. What do you hope they accomplish 1 year, 5, 20 years from now? What are your best wishes for them?
Just to try to live and remember how you felt when you first met. Always stay in the honeymoon phase. You may come out of it, but you have to figure out a way to get back in it.
Older, okay? But he told me his age range when you're within it.
Okay, cool.
All right, girl.
My
T-minus just a few hours now. We're getting serious.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Together.
Ask me serious questions.
Together a long time. I mean, what are you feeling? I mean, it's every girl's dream to have this day happen. And
Yes, I am excited. Just a little bit nervous, just because I don't want to fall.
well, don't do that.
But I'm more excited than anything.
So tell me about who traveled in the farthest. Who do you think traveled in from the farthest distance to be here today?
Your brother.
Yeah, my brother.
That the one from Denver?
Denver.
Lives out in Denver?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're expecting
No, his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, she's from England.
Yeah, she lives over in the UK.
I'd say that's a pretty good
So
distance.
yeah, she's the farthest.
Online. Through some kind of game.
Nope. Oh, okay. Got that on video too.
Got it documented now.
He can edit.
So again, tell me about your bridal party. Tell me about these girls standing up there with you today. What they mean to you, how long you've known. Tell us some stories about these girls.
Well, Brooke, who is my maid of honor, she is my cousin, who is 7 months older than me. So we were pretty much grown up together our whole entire lives. And then there is Mackenzie, who is officially about to be my stepdaughter, even though she's been my daughter for several years.
Here's the makeup.
And then I have Abby, who is my soon-to-be niece, which I met her close to
Okay.
10 years ago. And yeah, I mean, we talk about all kinds of things. I give her advice on things and stuff, because now she's about to be getting married and hopefully the next year and stuff. And then there is Whitney, who I've known for close to 20 years now.
Wow.
We met each other at one of our first jobs way back. And then we've just remained friends ever since then. And Whitney and her husband are responsible for me and Mike being together today. They're the ones who got us set up together.
So, total guests, you think between, you said 150?
Probably around 150, I'm thinking.
And your brother and his girlfriend traveled in the farthest.
Yes.
Most of the guests around here pretty local?
Mainly, yeah. I think most of them,
Yeah.
farthest maybe a couple hours from here.
Piedmont. People in Piedmont. Is Leslie's not coming, is she? Leslie and Avery?
Mm-mm. I mean, I haven't heard. I don't know.
So your predictions for it is, most of the guests coming and all the family members, when the reception breaks out and the party gets going, who's going to give the most hilarious speech?
Oh, it will probably be Mike's brother, Clinton.
Okay. What about the craziest dancer, you think?
Yeah, it'll probably be Brooke. Yep, Brooke.
Brooke will be busting the moves on the dance.
Oh yeah.
No pressure, bro.
So what about the send-off? Are you guys doing like the sparkler send-off or the bubble send-off or nothing?
No.
Just keeping it relaxed and informal.
Yeah, we're chilled.
All right.
Sparklers, I like that. That's a good idea.
If you had Michael right here, alone, together, keep it PG-13 now. What would you want to say to him, and how much this day really means to see it finally here?
It's about time it's here.
Can't back out now.
Oh no, we spent too much money. That's not happening. I don't know.
Why are you marrying him? Because?
That wasn't the question.
It's a very good question, isn't it?
Oh gosh, I don't know really what I would say. I'm like the least emotional person ever.
And they're saving their personal vows for themselves. They don't want to say them in front of people.
You guys have been together through thick and thin for a long time. I'm sure you've had a few disagreements and a few agreements and a lot of emotional ups and downs, but the day's finally here where it's official. And that's got to really mean something after all you guys have been through and all you've already accomplished in life.
Oh yeah.
Building a family and getting ready to move and all of those dreams you have. It's got to mean something that you want to say to him. And
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Us getting together, neither one of us ever had the intention of getting married. So, I mean, we just, and then I don't know, I think we went through some like rough patches, and then
everybody does.
I think once the kids got a little bit older, we
and that's a lot
got better, and I think that was, and I think we worry about the future and stuff of knowing me or him are making the decisions for each other, like our wishes. I don't know.
okay, here we are with the ring bearer, Michael, and you're going to be the flower girl. Tell me your name. What is it? Phoenix. That's a pretty name. Pretty name. All right. Are you guys excited about the wedding tomorrow? For you, Michael, Mom and Dad are finally making it official. That's pretty cool. Are you nervous about walking down the aisle?
No.
You're not going to take the flowers from her and dump it on her head, are you? I'm not going to give you any ideas now. Don't do that. All right. What about the reception? You think you're going to dance and have a lot of cake and food and stuff?
I'm probably gonna have food, but I don't know if I'm gonna dance yet.
Y'all aren't going to dance together?
Probably not.
Probably not. Now, y'all aren't going to get married, are you?
No.
You sure?
We ain't. We're way too young.
Well, I mean, you could get engaged. You sure?
We're way too young still.
I'm just kidding. So what do you want to wish to Mom and Dad? What do you hope they have as far as once they make it official tomorrow? What do you hope y'all accomplish as a family? You hope they'll be happy.